Hi, I'm Loretta Kendall and you're watching Lux Local Live. We are in the kitchen today, but we are not cooking. I am with my co-host Diane, and what are we doing today?
We are making natural hair products today. So we're making hairspray and hair detox mud mask. It's like a mud mask for your hair.
It's really fragrant in right now, so let's get started.
Okay. So our first thing was we had to boil the water. So we boiled some tea, and I actually used chamomile, flowers, and white rose. Both are good for your hair and they just kind of smell good. The chamomile flower, since my hair is blonde, is going to help lighten it a little bit in the sun. You can put nettle, you could put sage, rosemary, all really good for dark hair. But for blonde hair, I want to have mine lightened over the summer.
And rose is a great astringent, and this is the rose tea.
And then we've got apple cider vinegar, so we're going to do 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. So go ahead and mix that in. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to put in is bentonite clay. Bentonite clay is for the mud part of the mask. It's going to help pull out those toxins from your skin, all those impurities. And so on the thing it says here that this is actually Aztec secret Indian healing clay, and which is bentonite clay. It helps to remove the impurities and dirt from the pores. It's deep pore cleansing of the skin. It's the world's most powerful facial. It has 908 grams of healing clay in this bottle. It makes about 20 to 30 facials. So if you guys are looking for bentonite clay, I actually got this on Amazon. And it was like 2 pounds. It was like maybe $15, I think, if that. Maybe even $10.
So this isn't only a hair detox, it's a hair mask.
It is a hair mask. So it's going to pull all those impurities out of your hair. We know every day we use curling irons, we damage our hair, we use hairspray and all these products in our hair. So it's going to help cleanse your hair of all those impurities that we've put into our hair. So I'm going to put this in. It's also going to help detox it so that you can start using, ooh, that's like volcano-y. I did not realize we're in Hawaii. I'm going to get a
So about how much did you put in there?
I put 3/4 cup in here. And then I had already put in the apple cider vinegar, so that's the reaction occurring there. I'll mix that up. And then we're going to pour in our tea that we boiled. And I'm just going to pull this out. You can see that turned kind of dark, but it's actually really good for light hair.
And how much tea was that again?
That was 2 cups of tea. Or 2 cups of water. Yeah, 2 cups of tea. And we're just mixing this up. And my recipe is actually on the phone. My recipe is actually from Wellness Mama. And we'll put that link in the video. But she has some great things for detoxing and all natural products that you can make.
Actually has a really clean smell, very spa-like smell to it.
I'm totally doing this one.
So what is the...
We should not actually be using a metal spoon. So, note to self, do not use a metal spoon. Also, read your instructions before doing the recipe. We should not be using a metal spoon. We should actually be using a wooden one according to this. And we should also be doing this in a blender. So I'm going to get my blender out. I have a Ninja blender, which I love. Alright, so we're going to put this in the blender to get this blend up. And we should have actually not just dumped the clay in there, but that's fine. It'll all blend up in my blender because I've got a really high-tech blender.
It's already started to dissolve the clay, so it's already mostly mixed.
Alright, and then... Alright, so I'm going to add essential oils to our recipe. I've got here cypress, I've got peace and calming, clary sage, and hyssop. They're all really good for your hair. They're going to do different things for your hair. And I've got this app. It's a Young Living app. It tells you all about the different oils that you can use, and so on and so forth. So I pulled up hair, and it says for fragile hair to use clary sage, lavender, which I can't use lavender right now because Loretta's allergic to lavender. So I'm going to add that later because my hair loves the moisture that lavender gives it. And then the hyssop is going to, let's see here. Alright, so my app says here that the hyssop is a growth stimulant, and the clary sage is going to help with that growth. It's going to help with the moisture and the fragileness of the hair. Peace and Calming actually has blue tansy in it, which blue tansy for blonde hair is really good, like toner. It helps get rid of those brassy tones because I also have color treated hair. And then the cypress is going to add moisture, and it's going to help with the fragility of the hair. So I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to mix this up. Oop, helps if you have the power on.
So while that's mixing, you are a representative of the oils, correct?
I am. Let's stop this. I'm representative of Young Living. I can distribute. So I actually sell Young Living oils. And these are the most pure, most natural oils that you're going to find. They have a seed to seal guarantee. So from seed to seal, like they are all natural, pure. You're not going to find any type of preservatives or anything in them. You're not going to find any fake perfume of any type of fakeness. I mean, it's literally 100% pure. You could eat all of the oils and it's not going to hurt you. They're not all going to taste good, but they are all food grade.
And you also have to be aware of allergens because, like she said, I'm allergic to lavender, so we haven't used anything lavender here today. But just be aware of what you're ordering and what you are allergic to, and you should be good, right?
Yep. Alright, so we've got all that mixed up. You can see it's a greenish tint. I'm going to put it in an airtight container, like so.
You might hear puppies in the background. Diana runs Chibi's Friends, which, why don't you tell us about that while we're getting our stuff packaged?
So Chibi's Friends is a nonprofit animal rescue. We named it after our little pup, Chibi, which is, Chibi in Japanese is a manga. It means runt. It's kind of like a fun way of saying, kind of mean way of saying like little, like short. But when you call an animal that, it's kind of the funny way of saying it, cute.
It is little and short.
So we're going to store this in an airtight container, and then our directions say to use it on wet hair. So you're going to start at your roots, just massage a handful of the clay mixture into your hair, work it, and then repeat until all hair is coated. I have pretty long hair. You're going to leave it 5 minutes up to 20 minutes. You don't want it to dry. As you can see, it's kind of like just watery. It'll probably thicken over, a couple days as it cools down, but
You can probably add water as it gets a little thicker just to keep it thin, and because clay will start to harden a little, so you can thin it out, and when you wash it out, it obviously is going to break down too. So.
Well, it's gonna form a clay mixture.
Right.
So it's not gonna get super hard, but I mean, you can't leave this. It's only gonna last you for a week, so you don't want to make a whole bunch at once.
Mm-hmm.
This will only last for a week, but for my long hair, like this is kind of a perfect amount. And I wash my hair maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I try to do every other day because it strips out the oils and otherwise, and it just kind of overworks. And my hair tries to make up for that, so that's not really good for your hair. So then you're going to rinse it with warm water, and you can, an optional thing that Wellness Mama says to do is to rinse with a cup of herbal tea with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar added. This already has apple cider vinegar in it, but if you want that clean feeling, you can rinse it with apple cider vinegar.
You can also take apple cider vinegar as a rinse through your daily routine. I usually do it maybe once a week, and about a cup of apple cider vinegar to a tub of water, and just rinse and rinse and rinse. I usually do it in the evening. I don't do it during the day because it will smell like vinegar. But by the next day, it's gone, and you can use conditioner, wash it the next day, and the smell's gone, but it makes your hair feel amazing.
Awesome.
All right, so we're going to get to our next product, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now we are getting ready to do hairspray.
I'm actually really interested. I haven't tried this yet, so I'm very interested to see if natural hairspray works. I like a kind of a thick hold. So this recipe that I found is from Wellness Mama, same place that we got the last recipe from. And she says that if you want a stronger hold, you just use a little bit more sugar. So our ingredients calls for 1.5 cups of filtered water. I'm just going to use bottled water. You can actually use tap. It's just it's better. A lot of recipes say distilled. You can use bottled water. It's just water. And then we are going to use 2 tablespoons of white sugar, and I'm kind of tempted to add a tablespoon, but I'm interested to see like what 2 tablespoons uses, so I'll get back to you guys on that. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons today, and then another recipe I'll do 3 tablespoons and see if it's a stronger hold. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of white sugar today. Make sure that you use white sugar when you're doing it. The dark ones won't work. And then we've got a tablespoon of high-proof alcohol, like vodka, is what she suggested. Wellness Mama actually says that she prefers spiced rum for the scent. I actually prefer the scent of bourbon, and I just like bourbon. But I found this really nice bourbon at the Class 6 on Fort Knox. It's 130 proof alcohol, and so I think that would make that's pretty high proof. So I think that would make a good one.
There's also beer shampoo out there, so you can use beer. You can use almost any kind of alcohol with shampoos and hairsprays and stuff like that.
Well, and this one calls for high proof, so you want something high proof, probably 80 proof or higher, like vodka, rum, bourbon, etc. So we're going to use 130 proof. I'm crazy. Anyways. The first step is to boil the water and dissolve the sugar in it. So we're going to boil the water and come back, and then we're going to boil the water and dissolve the sugar, and then we'll be back and show you the next things to do. We're going to have to allow it to cool to room temperature, and then we're going to add the alcohol and the essential oils.
So what essential oils are we using?
We are actually using tea tree, citronella, and cedarwood. And the reason I'm using these, and they're all Young Living oils that we talked about, and we'll put the link so that you can come and order from me. If you order from me for Young Living, whether you want to sign up to sell it, or if you just want to buy some oils and try it out yourself, it will all benefit Chibi's Friends, which is my animal rescue that I started. So ordering from me from my link will help Chibi's Friends, opposed to just going and ordering straight from Young Living or from another distributor.
And this is going to be a great recipe for people with kids and teenagers. If you have problems with kids getting bugs in their hair, well, tea tree and chamomile, or citronella, I'm sorry, is great for that, and especially tea tree.
Yes. Tea tree is awesome for repelling lice, helping prevent it. I put tea tree hairspray that I bought from the store. I use it every day because I'm a teacher and kids are up in my face. I don't want, I'm really particular about my hair. I have really long hair. It comes almost down to my butt, and I don't want lice. Nobody wants lice, but I'm pretty sure I would have to cut my hair. I would freak out. So I take preventatives by using tea tree, and I'm putting citronella and cedarwood in there because it also helps repel bugs and mosquitoes. And since it's mosquito season, it's summertime, it's going to help repel those bugs when we're outside playing, because I like to be outside with my dogs playing. So.
You can also use a drop of the tea tree behind your ear, around the back of your neck, which is also going to repel those nasty bugs.
Exactly. All right, so we will be back. We're going to boil our water.
Okay, so our water has finished boiling. So what's the next step of our hairspray?
The next step is going to be to mix it. So we're going to pour the boiled water. It's like dissolved with sugar and it's cooled down. We let it cool down. We're going to pour it into our bottle here. And then we're going to mix in the alcohol. It's 130 proof alcohol. I told you guys earlier. It's bourbon. I just like the smell of bourbon. But anyways. Oh, you want me to put it in there?
Yeah,
Oh,
oops.
Just kidding. Totally kidding.
So we're just using this as a storage bottle, correct? And then we're going to transfer stuff into this one that has a different pump.
Yeah.
A typical pump spray. Because this one would be a little too big for the hairspray to come out of and be too wet. So we're going to use a little smaller one.
Yes, exactly. Ooh, that bourbon was hot. Ooh. All right. And then after you put the alcohol in, we're going to put our essential oils in. So we talked about it, cedarwood, citronella, and tea tree. We were talking about how, we don't need the funnel for this, we're talking about how the tea tree is really good for bugs and lice. So we're going to put 5 drops each.
So can you put more or less oil in it?
You can.
To your taste and smells?
To your taste. I'm going to put about 5 to 10 drops in. I think I put 7 of the tea tree because it comes out pretty quick. The recipe actually calls for 15 drops of essential oil. I don't know. I like the smell to be strong, so that's what I'm doing.
So we're just mixing scents.
Yeah, we're mixing. This is the citronella. Who wants to come out?
Which will be great for summer for the mosquitoes to keep away.
Yeah.
I can actually smell that, so.
Yeah. And then this is a cedarwood. This is a pretty strong smell. This helps keep the bugs away, though. It's a really natural bug repellent. And then I'm going to put in lavender, but because Loretta is allergic to it, I'm going to do it later. We're going to include the link in our video on where you can go to get some Young Living oils. I personally love Young Living. I think that they're the best company. They've got the seed to seal guarantee. So they've got farms all over the world where it's fresh, natural, organic ingredients. Actually, don't quote me on organic. I'm not actually sure on that one. I might want to cut that off.
So on Lux Local Live, what we're going to do through most of these are going to be more natural, organic products that you can use for beauty and skincare. Our next one is going to be some Acti Labs products that I am an ambassador for, and they're paraben free and sulfate free. So tell us some of the health benefits of Young Living oils.
Well, they're natural. They're pure. They're just good for you. It's better than having, hairsprays that are full of all kinds of chemicals. Like, I'm allergic to a lot of chemicals, so I try to go pretty natural with all the stuff that I use. I can't use 409, so I actually started using Thieves Cleaner, which is an awesome cleaner. It's what I cleaned up my house with today. It smells really good, and while it still takes 409, any type of cleaner takes a while to scrub stuff off. But when I spray a lot of 409, it makes me kind of gag, I just can't breathe it in. Mm-hmm. But when I spray the Thieves, it's cleaning, and I still have to scrub, but I can breathe that in. It's natural oil, it's natural products. You don't have all those parabens and all the extra stuff that is added to make it preserve. So this hairspray should last as long as it's stored in an airtight container. It'll last for quite a while, well, until it's done. The hair detox that we made earlier will only last for a week, so you need to use that pretty quickly.
So is that the only steps to making the hairspray?
That's it. We're all ready. It's ready to use, and I'm gonna funnel this. I don't know where my small funnel went, but I'm gonna funnel it into this, or just really carefully pour it in there, so that you can use this little pump to spray. That way, this is it's not gonna.
A little big for
Yeah.
that much hair. You spray it with this type of spray, you're going to have a really wet spray, so you don't really want that. Which would be okay if you're doing a sleek ponytail look or something
Yeah.
like that. That would be fine. But for regular hairstyle, you want a smaller spray.
Yep, so I'm going to put it in a small bottle. I'm going to store it in this large one because obviously I made quite a bit, but yep, that's it.
Alrighty. So, our next Lux Local, we will be talking about Acti Labs. It is a paraben-free and sulfate-free product. And I'm going to tell you about some of the diet products, some of the wraps, and I might be able to find somebody to let me do a wrap on them. And they're great products for keeping chemical free, and that's definitely what we want to do through Lux Local, is show you some alternatives to some chemicals and do some more natural things. So what are some of the good points of having essential oils?
Well, I mean, you don't have those extra ingredients like we were saying earlier. It's all natural, it's pure. Young Living has a seed to seal. You can go to any of their farms and actually work on the farm if you like and see where your oil is coming from. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure, like, I can say a bunch of good things about them. Like, I love them.
I actually have some in my hands that I keep smelling my hands now.
It'll last a while too. Like the scent, like even though like a bottle will be empty, like the scent is still there. This bottle is full. I have some empty bottles of lavender, but you can't smell that. So,
so thank you for watching Lux Local Live, and we will be back soon. If you have any ideas for the show, or you are a business that wants to be featured, please contact us at info@luxlocalmagazine.com, and we will see you soon. Thank you.
And we'll also include the links for them too,
yes,
to all the recipes.